All right, this is a continuation of Lesson 1, Section 1.1 in the geometry book. We're looking at points, lines, and planes. The first thing we're going to talk about is a postulate. This is a word that you'll see quite often throughout the book. A postulate, or in other books, it's also called an axiom, is a statement that is accepted as true without proof. What that means is that for most of geometry and actually most of algebra, just about everything can be proven. But there are a couple things that we just accept as true. So postulates about points, lines, and planes help describe geometric properties. So we're going to take a look at a couple of these here. First one we're going to look at, postulate 111, says through any 2 points there is exactly one line. What that means is if you draw any 2 points on your paper or in the universe, you can only draw one straight line that connects the two. You could not draw another straight line that connects those 2 points. The next postulate we're going to look at, 112, says through any 3 non-collinear points, remember collinear means 3 points on the same linear line. So through any 3 points that are not on the same line, there is exactly one plane containing them. If you have 3 points that are non-collinear, you can only put one flat surface over all 3 points. You could not put a second flat surface on there at any other angle and still hit all 3 points. So that's postulate 112. Another postulate we're going to look at, postulate 113, says if 2 points lie in a plane, then the line containing those points lies in the plane. So if we have our plane, in this case we have this purple one, I put those 2 points in the plane and connect the dots with a line, everything on that line is also in the plane. I could not draw a line that goes outside of the plane. I'm going to try that here. The only way I can draw a line between those 2 points and not stay in that purple region is if I draw a squiggly line. And we don't use squiggly lines. We only use straight lines in this geometry. So you cannot draw a straight line between those 2 points that isn't completely contained inside that purple area. So that's what postulate 113 means. All right, 2 more postulates we're looking at for this final bit of the chapter, of the section. Postulate 114, if 2 points intersect, then they intersect in exactly 1 point. As you can see from that picture here, I've got 2 lines and they intersect at that red point. You could not have these 2 lines intersect at more than 1 point. You just couldn't do it. So you have to, they can only intersect at 1 point. And with that, in the book, just because there isn't a dot there doesn't mean it's not a point. Anywhere you see 2 lines that intersect, that creates a point. So don't let that screw you up in the book. Postulate 115, if 2 planes intersect, then they intersect in exactly 1 line. So as you can see from the second picture here, we've got 2 planes, plane N and plane T, and together when they intersect, they create line BD, or they intersect at line BD, which is right here. So 2 planes intersect, they intersect in exactly 1 line. Some of the problems in your homework and in the book ask you to draw figures. So I'll say sketch a figure that shows a line that lies in a plane. So I'll give you a second, see if you can draw this figure. We'll see how you did. This is what the book's example is of a plane that has a line that lies in it. As you can see, they used a parallelogram. You could have used any shape to make that plane, and then they just drew a line in it. So there's a line that lies in that plane. Second one here, sketch a figure that shows 2 lines intersect in 1 point in a line, in a plane, but only one of the line lies in the plane. So it's kind of a confusing way to look at it, but read it again, see if you can draw a picture of this. All right, let's see how you did. So sketch a figure that shows 2 lines intersecting in 1 point. So if I draw 2 lines that intersect at 1 point, there we go. I got my 2 lines that intersect at 1 point. Now I need a plane, but this plane only contains one of the lines. One of the lines is not contained in the plane. So I'm going to put this horizontal line in my plane. Now I've got my plane, I've got my line that's in that plane, I've got another line that is not in the plane, and they intersect at a point. Here's the book's version of the same thing. They've got a line, or two lines intersecting. You'll notice they put dashed lines to show that it goes underneath the plane, goes through the plane vertically. I'm not going to ask that you put those vertical or those dashed lines in there, but that is up to you. So that's the book's interpretation of that. So you'll have questions like this where you have to sketch figures and draw pictures of what they're talking about. And that's the end of section 1.1. So good luck.